Manchester City take on Crystal Palace today in a very, very high profile, clinching, everything type of game. Very important game. So this game is important for different reasons, right? This game is important for Arsenal, or this game is important for Arsenal winning the title. And this game is important for Man City, still being in the title race. But there are a lot of nuances to this game, right? So Manchester City are still, kind of in the race to win the Premier League, right? They've won the Carabao Cup already. They are also playing the final of the FA Cup in this weekend. So Man City, generally, they are also having a very decent season, right? Now, Manchester City have tougher games to play than Arsenal. One of which is today against Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace, a team that had a pretty decent season as well. They are also in the final of European Cup, which is very, very big for them. Now, this game is also important for Crystal Palace. Why? This game is important for Crystal Palace in the sense whereby if Arsenal wins the league, right, there's a clause on Eberechi Eze's contract that if Arsenal wins the league, or if he helps Arsenal win the league, the Crystal Palace are going to receive 10 million pounds, which I'm sure they want to receive, which would help them. There's no money that is too small. It will help them also in the summer transfer, right? So I'm sure that there are a couple of things that are really clinching on this game. Crystal Palace are also a tough team, coached by Oliver Glasner, who has won trophies for them in recent times. So as funny as or as small as Crystal Palace might be to a couple of people, they are actually in recent times now one of the Premier League teams that are now used to trophies. When we talk about it, like the last 2 years, 2.5 years or whatever, they are now one of the Premier League teams that are, that are privy to trophies. Now they're in a Europa Cup finals. If they win that one, that will be very big for them. And also, if Arsenal goes on to win the Premier League title, they receive an extra 10 million, like I said. Now, this game, how would City approach this game? Will they field some of their important players, or it will be a game whereby they will combine, experienced players and academy players, because they have a final on the weekend against Chelsea, in which they definitely would want to win, right? They definitely would want to win that. And just thinking from the outside in, would they want to field in important players, especially when they have a game again in a couple of days, a very important game? They don't want to, I reckon they don't want to go into this game and something happens to one of their most important players, gets injured, and then, that is a minus for them against Chelsea in the FA Cup final. But again, when you look at Manchester City's squad, they have enough players. They have enough players to be all right. They can field important players today and still go and win the game on Saturday against Chelsea. So what do I think they're going to do? I think they're going to still field important players. They might field one or two, maybe youngsters, or maybe, I don't even think youngsters, maybe one or two players that haven't been playing regularly this season. In my opinion, Tijani Reinders will probably start today. Phil Foden will probably start today. They have guys that they have enough squad power to do what they have to do. Because at the end of the day, no matter how much you slice and dice it, they are still in the title run, in the Premier League title run. Now, if they lose today for whatever reason, and Arsenal goes on to win Burnley, Arsenal has probably won the league. Like Arsenal has not even a probability thing. Arsenal has basically won the league. The same thing as if they draw today and Arsenal go on and beat Burnley, Arsenal has most likely won the league. So today's game for them is a must-win game. It's a must-win game, and when you look at their past few games, Doku has hit a new level of form and he's been carrying that team. Jeremy Doku has been carrying that team. He carried them against Everton. He carried them their last game against Brentford. So he's been on form. And it will be shocked for him not to start this game. I think he's going to start. And he's going to start again against Chelsea on the weekend. So this game is very important for Arsenal and is important for Manchester City. Because I feel like they have the mentality that they are going to fight till the end. They are going to fight till the end. Until it's all done and dusted. They are going to fight. Because yes, we are looking at it that Burnley, Arsenal will beat Burnley, Arsenal will this, but one thing we've seen this season is that Arsenal seem to struggle against bottom teams. They always, for some reason, they seem to struggle against bottom teams. We saw it against Wolves. We saw it against West Ham. Now, Burnley they are relegated already. So they are coming to just have fun. And because they have nothing to fight for, they might just want to be party poopers and, end things for Arsenal or something like that. So that game against Burnley for Arsenal is important. It is a final within itself. It is a final because if City win today and Arsenal, God forbid, loses to Burnley, then Arsenal now go and lose to, then City beat, I don't know who they have after Crystal Palace, maybe Aston Villa or so. If in the Premier League, if they beat Crystal Palace, beat Aston Villa, and Arsenal goes on to lose to Burnley, then lose to Crystal Palace at the final game of the season, then I don't even want to imagine the worst case scenario. I just want to focus on this game, right? So it's an important game for both. So Crystal Palace, please do it for London. Crystal Palace, do it for London. If Crystal Palace win this game, then all Arsenal has to do is just pump Burnley. Even if it's a 1-goal win, Arsenal have basically won the league. So yeah, this match will be very interesting because I feel like Crystal Palace are better than Brentford. In my opinion, I think they are better than Brentford. They are better than Everton. So I feel like they can put up more fight for this game today. So it will be interesting to see. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let me know. My score prediction for the game is 2-1 to Crystal Palace. That's my score prediction for the game. Let me know what your score prediction is in the comment section below. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel for more. And until next time, thanks for watching. Peace.